No.
All right, step number one, you have to ask yourself, is this a conjugate problem or not? It's a conjugate problem because it's a binomial with a radical in it, right? So you guys should all know what the conjugate is. What is the conjugate? Raise your hand, don't shout it out. What do you think, brother?
It's root 3 minus 5.
Root 3 minus 5. Root 3 minus 5 is the conjugate. You got to multiply the top and the bottom by the same thing, right? You got to multiply by 1. So on the top, we have a binomial times a binomial. What do you have to use? What method? FOIL. We're going to have to FOIL this guy out. On the bottom, you have conjugates, so you don't have to use the whole entire FOIL method. You can just do the first and the last, and you should get one single number. One nice, pretty single number. All right, here we go. Nice and slow here. Your first times your first is 2 times the square root of 3, which is 2 root 3. O stands for your outer times your outer, the ones on the outside. So what's 2 times negative 5? Negative 10. I stands for your inner term times your inner term, the ones on the inside. So 3 times 1 is 3. And then you have the square root of 6 times 3, which is 18. But I'm going to leave it broken up as 6 times 3. Then the L stands for your last times your last. What's 3 times negative 5? Negative 15. And then you have a square root of what? 6. First, outer, inner, last. FOIL method. Okay? There's nothing I can do with this. There's nothing I can do with negative 10. 6 times 3 can be broken down as 2 times 3. Circle your primes. What can we pull out of that? We can pull out a pair of 3's. So what's on the outside now? 9. What's left over on the inside? 2. So I reduce that to 9 root 2. 9 root 2. Is there anything I can do with root 6? No. 2 times 3, there's nothing I can pull out. Are any of these guys like terms? No, none of them are like terms. So now let's go to the bottom. Conjugates, just do the first and the last. So what's root 3 times root 3? 3. What's your last times your last? Negative 25. Yeah, it's just 5 times negative 5, which is negative 25. What's 3 minus 25? Negative 22. Is there anything else I can do? Is there anything that goes into all 5 of those pieces?
No.
No. Now you could be a good mathematician and change this to positive and then change all the signs in the numerator because mathematicians don't like negatives in the basement. But that's it. How many of you honestly got it right? Cut.